Hello, everybody. I'm Adam.
And I'm Maddie.
And we're AM Vintage.
Thank you guys for joining us. Today we will be talking about current events that surround the EP world. We'll be talking about the Graceland.
The guest house at Graceland.
Guest house at Graceland. We're going to talk about Elvis, of course, Priscilla, Riley, and the whole family. So hopefully you could join us.
Yeah, it's going to be fun. So stay tuned.
My baby, she done me wrong. My baby, she paid. My baby took her down to the river where she lived out the last long day.
Now, I was laid up the other night here at the guest house. You know, I was tired. You know, I was hungry. It was 9 o'clock at night. So I got in line. This line was a mile long. I mean, this line was so long, man. I fell asleep 3 times waiting in line. But let me tell you, I got this sandwich. It had no bananas on it. The bread was so stale, man. I mean, if I would have dropped it on the floor, you would have heard it fall, man. I mean, this sandwich was so stale. Where's the banana? They didn't even fry the thing. I was so excited, man. I waited in line for what, man? I took 3 bites. I threw it in the trash. So, you know.
If you guys are joining us, we're actually, Adam is really upset about that peanut butter and jelly sandwich. As you know, you guys,
My mouth is still dry, man. I'm still trying to get some hydration in my mouth.
If you decide to stay at the guest house, you will notice that there's so many things happening around the guest house. Awesome things like current events, right? If we're talking about the guest house, there's things that are going to be coming up in the world at the guest house, like certain concerts that are coming up. Of course, they have the EP excursion that they have throughout the time.
Well, that's, Graceland puts that on where you can, they take you to Tupelo. Is that what you're talking about?
But it looks like they're picking them up from the guest house. I guess the people that are staying there.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, there's always a big tour bus pulling in at the guest house.
Yeah.
Right?
And I think they're having other concerts, right? I know
They have concerts all the time, but I think the concerts are across the street.
Well, yeah, but the main one that's coming up is the tribute, right?
The tribute, yeah.
That's going to be starting at, I think...
The Ultimate Elvis Tribute Weekend. That's February 9th through the 11th.
Yeah.
That's something you're never going to see me at the tribute weekend, you know?
No, you know what?
I have respect for some of these tribute artists. And some of them are really good. But if it's not Elvis singing, it's hard for me to listen.
Yeah, unfortunately, I feel the same way. No offense to...
I like the original. I like Elvis. So.
I don't know if Dean Z is going to be there, but...
I mean, Dean Z's great.
Respect to him
really
and everything, but I'm just not into the impersonators as much. I wish I could be.
And I see some of them actually sell CDs where it's like, hey, do you want to listen to me sing like Elvis? It's like, no. I really don't.
Yeah, but I gotta give it to them because they really pour their heart and soul into their.
And don't get me wrong.
Characters. I mean, they do. They embodied Elvis. They go out and they talk like him and dress like him and everything. So, but it's
sometimes I try to talk like him and dress like him.
Oh yeah, Adam does that all the time.
But I don't get paid. I mean,
well then maybe you need to start getting. No, I'm just kidding. But anyways, we're talking about the guest house. Let's start off with the guest house because again, there are certain concerts that are coming out at Graceland. They're having, like you said, the tours and whatnot. But
the hotel itself.
The hotel itself, you guys.
We love the guest house. It's great, you know. Years ago, I used to stay at the Heartbreak Hotel with my father, and a lot of Elvis fans were really upset when that closed down.
When did it close down? Do you remember?
Maybe a year or 2 before the guest house opened. It shut down, but it was pretty cool. It's located kind of behind the parking lot.
Yeah, because I was gonna say, you know, even like, and I guess this is going on a topic, but I'm thinking about hotels. If you guys ever plan to visit Graceland, you know, we had. Before we even wanted to, because, you know, the guest house is a little pricey, you know, for people that don't want to, but it's, to me, it's like an experience itself. You either want to stay there to feel like you're closer to Graceland or not, but if you choose to go elsewhere, we stayed at the Holiday Inn,
which is pretty close to
Express.
Graceland.
I'm sorry, Holiday Inn Express, which was close. Right? Was it on EP Boulevard?
It's on EP Boulevard.
So if you ever plan to stay...
It's not very old. It's probably about 5 years old or so.
Very affordable. So, I mean, if you guys don't want to stay at the guest house, that's another hotel we could recommend to you guys. But
I would recommend it. I
Yeah.
did see a video on YouTube a while back where someone said it was one of the worst hotels in Memphis.
Yeah.
And if they're saying that, man, they never stayed in Memphis, because I stayed at a place years ago called the Admiral Benbow. Okay. If you take Elvis Presley Boulevard all the way to Union Avenue, right where Elvis Presley Boulevard meets Union Avenue, that's where the Admiral Benbow was, man. That place was. We were the only people from out of town that were staying there. Everybody else were locals. So.
Yeah, so, and I honestly had a hard time even, what was is that the one that we were talking about, the Holiday Inn, where there's the pool that's shaped like a...
No. Now, that's the Days Inn at Graceland. I've stayed there many times years ago, and I always enjoyed staying there. And that's a place where a lot of Elvis fans stay. But over the years, it kind of got run down a little bit.
It was a little rough, I might say.
I have to say, it was rough when we went. It was a little rough, but I heard not too long ago that it got renovated.
Yes,
so.
New management came in and supposedly changed it around. So again,
I'm willing to give it another chance.
Me too.
We'll go back and see what it's like.
We'll see how it goes, and hopefully we can.
But I mean, it's in a great location.
Very.
And it's a cool place. If there's a lot of fans staying there, it's a cool place to hang out.
Yeah, it's unfortunate that we're hearing these bad events that are going around in Memphis. Like there's a lot of killings. I hear a lot of people getting robbed, and fortunately we haven't had that experience. So we're just going off of what when we go, we don't ever experience anything bad. But then again, we stay around friends. We're close to Graceland, so we don't kind of venture out where we shouldn't be. Right. If that makes any sense, right?
Yeah, just
so
know where you're going.
Yeah. But getting back to the guest house, we had a little bit of, well, if you decide to spend money at the guest house, just know that we do have some good, I guess, pros and cons about staying there.
Yeah.
Should we start with the pros?
The location's awesome.
Yeah, pros. Location is good.
If you want to just walk to Graceland, it takes you about, 5 minutes?
Yes.
Or less?
Yes.
I mean, it's basically next door.
Yeah, it's a good walk from there. It's not, the distance is
The hotel itself is really nice.
Very nice, very clean.
The lobby is nice.
The employees are very friendly, or at least when we go.
Every time we walk past a housekeeper, they always say hello.
Yes, and I always acknowledge.
And now we just went to the Wisconsin Dells a few weeks ago, and we didn't get one hello from any housekeeper. So.
I said hello to each and every person that worked there, and they did not acknowledge me, and I felt like crap.
So that was nice about the guest house. Guest house, everybody says hello.
Yes, you would think people are going to be the same, nice and friendly, but they weren't. So, but at the guest house, I must say,
I noticed details, and one thing I did notice in the hallways, at least in the floor where we were staying, the walls were all scratched up, where the maids pushed their carts. Mm-hmm. So we did notice one hallway was nice and had railings put up.
They finally put what do you call those, borders?
Borders.
I mean, they had it along the wall, which was better. I mean,
it looks a lot better.
Nice.
Because when you walk into a nice resort hotel, you don't want to see the hallways all scratched.
Yeah. But some things that we did not like, but we like that, and we also like that they have peanut butter and jelly sandwiches.
It's nice that they offer them, but they could be a little bit fresher. Like I told Mari, I said I think they make them in the morning and serve them at night.
But I just wish they served the actual peanut butter sandwich that Elvis ate, and you're just getting
You don't get anything for free.
Even the bread
at the guest house. I mean, I've stayed at the cheapest hotels.
You get complimentary breakfast, right?
I used to work at Super 8. I was a desk clerk. At Super 8 Motel, you get a nice little breakfast in the morning.
Right.
You get hot waffles. You get all this stuff.
We get nothing
you
here.
You pay $150, $200 a night at the guest house, and then in the morning they want you to pay $25 more for the breakfast.
Oh hell no!
So don't get me wrong, they have a really good breakfast.
Oh, they do. They do.
It's delicious. The biscuits and gravy were some of the best I ever had.
Adam, if they want to do it for the first time, there's first time for everything. I mean, do it. I mean,
just be prepared. $25 a person.
No, that is $25 per person. So, that's the morning breakfast buffet. I could not imagine what the dinner would cost. We did not venture into
We did get a break. Here's the deal. Me and Mari, we're in there, and we tell the guy, hey, we didn't like the whole $25 a person thing. Mari's like, forget it. I'm not going to eat. So I was hungry. I said, okay, we're going to get one breakfast. And the waiter said, what about you? And you said, I'm
I
not.
only eat, guys. I only eat eggs and 2
You
strips.
said,
of bacon.
I only
I'm
want
not gonna
eggs, so I'm
eat
not going to order. And he said, you
everything
know what?
that's-
He said, I'm going to give you 2 for the price of 1.
Yeah.
So
So he gave.
I don't know if he was
he
supposed to do that,
wasn't.
but
He cut us a break, so we were
We got a
very
2 for 1 deal.
appreciative.
that was nice.
Very nice of him to doing that. Another con that we did not like there was the movie
Well, the fact that they
Theater.
only play a movie once every day.
every day. Like,
So
what is the point?
if you've got stuff going on and you're in Memphis just for a day or 2, you're trying to see other things,
Yeah.
chances are you're not going to make it to the movie.
Which is at 7:00 every night.
Right.
Which is awesome. You know, I like that it's free. But again, you would think that they would have a movie constantly playing on it. For people that I don't sleep that early when we're in Memphis. We do not sleep early. We're up and about, like you said. And,
I call it
Yeah.
Memphis Adam.
yeah, that's
I
what we
said,
call
this is
it.
Memphis Adam. I stay up all night long.
Which I prefer here. I don't know what Elvis.
Here in Illinois, I fall asleep at 8:30 at night. Memphis Adam stays up all night long. So it's a whole different Adam.
That's why I always wish we were out in Memphis because he's a whole totally. And I'm a night owl, so I have to.
But this movie theater,
Yes.
it's a nice theater at the hotel.
Oh,
Really
very
nice.
nice. Yeah, very nice.
But the thing is, they only have 1 showing a day.
Yeah.
Which I think they should at least have 2.
At least 2 or 3.
And then
I would
why
think.
don't they have a concession stand? You know, why don't you should be able to buy some popcorn or a candy bar,
Something to take in for the
a
movie.
beverage.
That'd be like it would feel like a movie.
I mean,
Like
they
a
let you bring in
movie.
your own drinks,
Yeah,
and your
but
own
it's not the
snacks, but
same.
it would be
Yeah.
nice to buy something out there.
Yeah, but yeah, I guess that's the only complaint. I would wish they would play more movies, throughout the day.
One complaint that Mari definitely doesn't have is John Paul Keith, because she loves some John Paul Keith. He's one of the performers. He performs in the lobby at the guest house. And yeah, you know.
I always look forward to seeing John Paul.
Whenever
Keith.
she
Always.
records John Paul Keith, I
Always.
noticed it's a little shaky. And I'm thinking, are you nervous? What's going on here?
Not only that, I always catch him winking at me. Well,
Yeah.
maybe I think so.
Yeah.
But maybe I think he's winking. I mean, he's probably winking at the lady behind me, but that's okay.
He's really good though. You guys should check
Yeah,
him
he's
out
awesome.
on
Yeah.
YouTube. He's on probably
Yeah.
all the different
We're
platforms.
following him on, we're
Follow
following
him on
on
Facebook.
YouTube, Facebook.
We just speaking of Facebook, really quick.
Oh, yes.
We just started a Facebook.
We sure did, you guys.
So-
It took us a long time to figure that one out. We
Yeah.
just didn't know whether it was a good move or not, but
But
we do have a lot of friends on Facebook, and we're hoping that, if you
come
follow
and
us.
join us.
and
Just
join
look
us
up
too.
AM Vintage. There's a link in our bio.
Yes, the link is in our bio. So, yes, if you feel free to follow us there.
There's not much on there yet,
we're
but
just
we
getting
just
started.
started, and there'll be
Yeah.
new content coming soon.
But yes, we appreciate you guys following us on there as well.
But back to the guest house. The restaurants.
Oh, yes.
Now, Delta's Kitchen is where we have the breakfast.
That's Delta's Kitchen.
We've never had dinner there, but
Mhm.
if it's as good as the breakfast, it's probably really good.
The food was good
Right.
there. Yeah, I had no complaints.
But EP's Bar and Grill, on the other
Oh.
hand, there's just, we haven't been that impressed with it.
No, I wish there, like you said, I wish there was more southern,
No,
comfort food or something like.
One time when we went there, I got the barbecue nachos, and it wasn't bad. Then we went back maybe like 6 months later, and I ordered the same thing, and it was totally different. And
Yeah.
I didn't like it at all. So
And I think I had wings, but
I think it would be better if they had just more regular
Mm.
Southern comfort food.
yeah,
you
there
know?
wasn't that many options, is what we're trying to say, I guess.
Yeah.
If they had a little bit more variety, it would have been.
And
better.
it's nice. They got some weird decorations though. They have like these gold deer antlers hanging on.
Yeah, it's not really.
I don't know how that
I
fits
don't
in
know
with
that
Elvis,
They said that's the style.
but
I hope
yeah,
not.
who knows?
The many sides of Elvis
Yeah,
that I'm not aware of,
there's
or that I'm not familiar with.
many layers, right?
Right.
Got to peel back the layers and see what's in there.
Yeah.
But
But another thing we did mention too that's not on our complaints, and maybe it is a complaint for me, is the souvenir shop. I love going to the souvenir shop, but it's way too expensive.
the one in the guest house,
Yes, in the guest house.
Yeah.
It's too
Well,
expensive.
it's just like the ones at Graceland. The
Yeah.
prices are high.
Yeah.
So if
So-
you've never been to Memphis, be prepared.
So how much would you advise our friends if you're wanting to visit to take? And just from our experiences, again, if you're a bigger family,
If you're
then
going to Memphis,
Yeah.
I would say you want to at least go to Memphis for about what? At least 3 days.
3 at least minimum, because Graceland is
There's a lot to see.
there's a lot to see, especially with the
Yeah.
museums.
You don't want to rush yourself. You don't want to see
No.
too much in one day and overdo it.
Oh,
You want to
yeah.
have some time to relax at your hotel.
And if you're like us, who also like to venture out, we like to go visit Sun Records always,
Sun
or
Records.
other things too
We
around
like
the
to go-
area.
We like to go to Stax.
Stax Records too. So if you're kind of like
Beale,
us,
Beale Street.
yeah,
There's
then-
just so
ooh,
much to
Beale.
see.
Yeah, so yeah, I
And
would
there's a
say
lot of
one day
food.
at Graceland.
There's a lot. You want to eat a lot of barbecue.
Oh, yes.
So, I mean, you
Oh,
got
gosh.
to, you know.
Well, we'll keep you guys updated, because we're actually wanting to do a video
We're
on
going to
our
do like a top
tip
10 things to do
places.
in Memphis.
But yeah, places to visit, places to eat.
Yeah.
So hopefully
But one of
Great.
those places would be the guest house at Graceland. We do love the guest
we
house.
do love our guest house.
It's high.
And we
the
haven't
price is high,
stayed-
but
The price is high, but we haven't really been able to. We haven't stayed anywhere else, and I guess that's just us.
I have over
Some
the
preference,
years.
I guess.
Over the years, I've stayed.
Yeah.
All over.
Yeah. Although we do want to try the Peabody, right?
Yeah, I've never stayed at the Peabody,
It's so cute.
but we visit the
Yes,
Peabody
We do.
when we go to
It's
Memphis.
another place close to Beale Street that we like to visit. So, yeah, minimum, you guys, if you guys are trying to visit Graceland, we advise you to get at least 3 days. But
Yeah.
if not for us, it was like hardly the whole week we were there.
Yeah, but if you're
We
going to
like to
Memphis and you want to hang out on Beale Street on the weekend late at night,
Yeah.
I mean the Peabody would be a great place to stay because you can drink and just walk back to your hotel. You know,
Budget, I mean, oh gosh, between at least the minimum is close to 1,000.
you at least want to have $1,000 spending cash.
Yeah.
And that's besides
Including-
what you're paying for your hotel.
Exactly. So just be prepared that
Yeah.
some things are more expensive than others, and especially if you're trying to get souvenirs, like we're always trying to come back with.
Yeah.
It's good to have that extra spending money.
When I was younger, I would bring $1,000 just for my souvenirs.
Yeah.
But I've got, it's gotten out of control. So now we don't even worry too much
you
about
gotta
the
think about,
souvenirs.
gas prices. You gotta think about everything that's included, and of course things that you want to do that are not included in the trip. Maybe like eating somewhere you never thought you would eat or visit, or things like that.
Like, what do we like? Gus's chicken.
Gus's chicken.
Oh, it's delicious.
Oh gosh, yeah.
Yeah.
Don't talk about food.
It's, for
And I'm
years.
just happy visiting churches out there.
Well, for
I love
years when I
churches.
go to Memphis, it would just be barbecue.
Yeah.
But when we went, a few times ago, we were like, let's eat some fried chicken.
Oh yes. Oh,
And,
you guys, the best chicken out there. I love chicken.
We did, yeah. And there's chicken everywhere. In Memphis,
I'll be right back. I'm
It's
gonna go
everywhere.
get
Yeah.
my chicken. I wish. Oh yeah, but moving on. What do we?
what about, so we talked about some of the things that are going on. What about the Lisa Marie Presley exhibit?
Oh, you guys.
They
look
closed
so...
They closed it, almost about a month ago, I
They
think.
did too. Probably update. I'm sure adding you.
They're going to
Yes.
open it back up February 1st.
Yes, on a birthday, right?
But it's going to be interesting to see what they add to the exhibit.
And sad. I mean,
And
it's
sad.
I know it's gonna tear us up when we get
I'm
there.
sure
I'm
that
sure we're gonna tear
they
up. I'm already
probably-
tearing up. I think it's just hard to imagine that she's gone already,
Yeah.
and so much is going around with the vicious things that people were saying about her mom, and we'll get into that later.
We'll get into that.
But yeah, can't wait to see her exhibit.
Yeah.
It's gonna have so many items that
They
we probably
add-
never seen.
maybe add things from her home. Or,
That'd be awesome to see.
Yeah.
Again, that is part of the Graceland package or ticket entrance. I'm sure ticket admission. I'm sorry. So yeah, that's probably. Well, make sure to check that out because it's going
to be awesome.
to be
I'm
awesome.
sure.
Because she already has an exhibit, but I'm sure they
They
closed
have
down
some
the
cool
ad.
things
They
in
had-
her exhibit, like they have her
Yeah.
crib.
We did do a short video
Yeah.
on that.
Golf
we did
cart.
have that. Yeah.
Yeah, we did a short on that.
So if you guys haven't checked that out, please. But I'm sure they're gonna be adding more cool items.
And Riley, it seems like she's doing pretty good over
doing
there
awesome.
at Graceland.
Yeah.
Taking care of business. Right?
Let me say, yeah. Very proud of her.
And she's
There it is.
also putting out Lisa Marie's book.
Oh yeah, her
Right.
memoir. Yes, which that one is coming out when? I'm sorry, in October.
October 15th.
Yes,
So,
so
I
we look
can't wait
forward
to get my
that
hands on that.
for sure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's going to be awesome.
You know, it would be awesome if Riley did like a book signing. I know it's not the same, but
Yeah.
it would be nice to get a book signed by daughter and just in honor of her. I think would be nice.
I met Lisa Marie. Okay, I met Priscilla. I met Lisa Marie twice.
Yes.
I met Priscilla 3 or 4 times. I can't, maybe 5 times. I don't know.
And still counting, I'm sure.
And I know a lot of people are going to be like, unsubscribe, right? They're like, did he say Priscilla? Unsubscribe.
Look, I didn't go, okay?
But
I didn't go.
I just went and saw Priscilla. What was that, about a month ago?
Christmas, yeah, during Christmas time.
It was called Christmas Dinner with Priscilla. Right?
Yes.
So.
Yes. Well, remember, you guys, we went to Indiana for the Christmas story cast, meet and greet kind of thing, and
then the next day,
what was it, Scott Schwartz?
We met Scott Schwartz, who was the guy that stuck his tongue to the flagpole.
Yeah, so
when we met him, we saw he had a TCB jacket.
Yes.
And so we talked to him about the fact that I'm going to see Priscilla the next day.
Yeah.
So he gave me a little note, and I gave it to Priscilla.
It's so crazy. That I just never thought that would be happening then and there.
I'm passing notes, love notes, from the kid from A Christmas Story to Priscilla.
But see, that's what kills me is that, no offense to the Priscilla haters and everything, but it kills me that there's so much hate. But at the same time,
they don't call her Priscilla; they call her Pritzy Pants. Is that what they call her?
Pants? Whatever the case may be. It's just, it's sad to see the drama, but it's also good to see that there are friends that Priscilla does have, like Scott Schwartz. So that was awesome.
I feel like there really is no drama. I feel like it's all a bunch of rumors that float around.
Yeah.
You know? And the thing with me, ladies and gentlemen, I don't pay attention to rumors. I don't pay attention to YouTube channels. I don't watch them. Well, actually, I do watch them. But.
And me, I think I'm more about what really happened and only getting the story from the actual people and not rumors and not saying that, oh, these are facts, when in fact we know you guys weren't there. So I'm just referring to certain people that I've seen on YouTube.
We've been watching a lot of YouTube videos. There's so much hate going around.
And I'm sorry, guys. Our channel is, we're for Elvis, always for Elvis, number one. But I'm just not I'm not for all that drama. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I've never been. I was telling Mari earlier, lately there's been so much Priscilla hate, and these people saying that Priscilla is like gonna ruin Elvis's image, and saying stuff about her book and the movie. And first of all, the movie came from a book that was made back in the 80s, which is. Here we go.
Let's show the book. Yes.
Elvis and Me. Mm-hmm. There she is. Oh my God. Hold on. Hey everybody, do you like my book? No.
Don't you think I should have been holding it?
You should have been.
You probably would have kissed it.
Hold on. This is just like when I got Priscilla. Can you sign my autograph to Adam, my best friend?
She's got a really low voice, right? Sure. Sure. No, I don't know how she talks. I really don't know how she talks.
It was close. It was very close.
But
the thing is, people act like Priscilla is trying to ruin Elvis's image. Did anybody forget about this book right here?
I think a lot of people forget.
First of all, I do not keep this book in my library. I keep this book buried under the floor. I had to dig it out under all kinds of junk.
Yeah.
But look at this book right here. This is the book that tried to ruin Elvis.
And that's when he was alive.
And that was by his bodyguards. I mean, let's face it. Red and Sonny West.
And nobody seems to
Everybody forgave Red and Sonny West, but they want to hold a grudge against Priscilla.
For, again.
And I forgave Red and Sonny West. I mean, I happen to like those guys. They both passed away.
I just feel it's sad that all this is, again, all these women, I hate to. But that's all I've been seeing is just the women talking bad about.
Mainly women that
hear talking about Priscilla. And I hate to say this, but I don't see the point. Wasting your breath on something that is based on your opinions, or, I'm sorry, ladies, but whoever's watching this and is a Priscilla hater, if it's just your opinion, I respect you, but. We
heard some people saying that, Priscilla, really had nothing to do with Graceland opening. They would have just opened no matter what, and
Oh,
You know,
no,
why are
she's
people
there.
giving her so much credit for Graceland?
Yeah, that she's a money grabber, and we hear that. But I mean, who? Like I was telling Adam, women that divorce men are always going to come after the money, regardless. If it was Elvis, it was another dude. If I was married to Adam and I divorced him, of course I'll come after Adam's money. I mean, that's what people do when they get divorced. But they're making it seem like that's what Priscilla, that's all she did. And even after his death and whatever, that's all she was interested in. But
Right.
again,
Now, Elvis and Priscilla walked out of their divorce hearing holding hands. Okay. Priscilla attended many of Elvis's concerts after the divorce.
Yeah, they're saying that
There's
he
that-
hated her, that this and that.
What
I
about
have not seen anywhere where
he doesn't bash her.
he doesn't talk.
No, he talks
bad
about, hey,
her.
she just gave me a $42,000 Rolls Royce.
And that's probably his way of saying, you know,
I got part of it
she
back.
ripped my ass off.
He says, I got
That's
part
what
of it back at least.
Yeah, that's probably and he was probably being sarcastic. I'm sure he was pissed off. Who isn't pissed off when you're taking your money? But I mean,
But
we don't know their.
How many people do you know that hang out with their ex?
Yeah, and how many people like
You
take
know?
money from them? A lot of women do that. So Priscilla's not the only woman that's done it. Again, I just feel sad for Lisa right now. I really do. She's at rest, and I'm sure she's not appreciating anybody that's bad talking about her mom.
No.
So if you're going to like Elvis, you have to like everything about Elvis, which includes Priscilla.
Well,
unfortunately,
I don't think you have to like Priscilla,
You don't.
but why do you have to always rip on Priscilla? You know,
because there's nobody else
you
left.
blame her for everything. You forget about the Colonel. You forget about Red and Sonny
yeah.
West. You forget about some of the stuff that maybe his stepmother said about
then
him.
they said that she was. Remember, Priscilla has a whole control of Vernon before on his deathbed, and that she persuaded him to, put her on the.
Vernon gave Priscilla, those rights before he
Right,
passed.
but she
so.
supposedly persuaded him. She, took advantage of his vulnerability, of his situation,
I've
of
only
his
seen
health.
Priscilla do good things for Graceland. I've only seen her do good things for Graceland. I've seen her at Graceland several times, like probably a dozen times over the years.
Yeah.
And she always says positive things about Elvis.
And not only regards Elvis, but now with Riley, we haven't heard Riley say anything bad about her grandmother. And nor will we ever hear her say anything. She's got class, right? I'm sure she has respect for her mom, or whatever the case. And even if she doesn't get along with Priscilla, who cares? That's their business, is how I feel.
It seemed to me like they got along. Like the video footage that I saw, that didn't look like something that was faked. That looked like they were having a good time together.
I mean, I just don't see the point of her wasting her time taking her grandmother to this event if she didn't want people to know that we're getting along. That's my whole point of view. But I'm just saying, if you're going to respect Riley and Lisa, you have to respect your mom. That's just how I see it. I respect everybody's opinions about Priscilla. I'm not a here nor there. I'm not a Priscilla hater, but I don't like Priscilla either. And I'm not saying it in a bad way. I told Adam my reasons why I don't. There's things that I didn't agree with in the book and stuff like that. I just felt like if you're going to share your personal life, people are going to come after you. And that's exactly what's happening with Priscilla.
A lot of the hate started when the movie came out, or when they started talking about the movie coming out.
Yeah, but her too. She's opening, and I told Adam time and time, why do you go on interviews and talk crap about Elvis and not expect to get bashed about it? Like, you just keep that to yourself. That's the only problem I have with Priscilla. But one thing I will say that I'm going to defend her on is I don't like when people, I'm not going to use the word hate because that's not me. I don't like the fact that people judge her on the grieving process, how people should grieve. Every time we hear it, it's always, oh, she's not grieving enough, or she doesn't look like she's sad enough, or she's not showing any emotions. People grieve differently all the time, and you don't need to explain to anybody how you feel about when you lose somebody. That's how I feel.
Well, they want her to start crying on every interview.
But she's damn if she does. If she cries, oh, she's faking it. Those are crocodile. I mean, I'm sure you're gonna hear the crocodile tears. You're gonna hear it. She can't win.
Right.
So
who wants to talk? Who wants to talk with a complete stranger about their daughter who passed away?
I sure wouldn't.
So. Who wants to get emotional during an interview?
Yeah, and if you guys keep talking, I mean, the thing is, these Priscilla haters, you're giving her a reason to show her face. I'm sorry. Like people complain about her movie, it bombed and then, but then why you want to see it? Don't see it. People still want to see her stuff, I'm sure.
You know what? That movie came and went.
Yeah, it's true.
And it would have just came and went a lot.
And I didn't like it.
It would have came and went a lot quicker if people didn't hate on it so much. I heard the haters were talking about it all the time. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's weird.
It just, just let it go. Forget about it.
Yeah.
They're upset about a movie that was made from a book that came out in the 80s. Nothing new was in that movie.
And another thing, I also have a little problem with Priscilla getting buried at Graceland. I do. I told you my reason why I don't think she should get buried there. But you made it sound like, okay, the family, she would want to be buried with her daughter and grandson. I get that part, but I don't think she should get buried there.
Well, that's your opinion.
Right. And see, so I agree with Priscilla on some things, and there's things that I don't
I've heard people say that if she gets buried there, that they won't go back to Graceland.
Oh, yeah, it's going to be worse.
I mean, so if she's there, you're not going to go visit Elvis anymore? I mean, that to me, that's not a fan.
That wouldn't even stop me from going to visit.
That's not a fan.
That's just not. Yeah, and I think, like I said, out of respect to Lisa, I think that's why I do it. I don't sit there and talk about hating a person and, she's lying, she's in for the money. All they do is talk about I have not heard anybody talk about Elvis on their channels as much as they're talking about Priscilla.
They talk about Priscilla all the time.
It's mainly her.
All the time.
Sorry, you guys, on this channel.
For years, we're
not going to be doing that.
When I used to go to Memphis every year, for years and years, I would see Priscilla there quite often. And we would never see Lisa Marie. And I would kind of feel like upset, like, what's going on with Lisa Marie? Why doesn't she come down here and represent Elvis?
But a lot of people don't see your experiences, just like we don't see a lot of
towards the end, the last 10 or 12 years of her life, she made it an effort to go to Memphis quite a bit.
Yeah.
But in the early days, we didn't see Lisa Marie down there in Memphis.
Yeah.
But Priscilla, on the other hand, I saw her quite a bit at different events.
And my thing is, Elvis was alive for how many years after they divorced? How many years?
They divorced in 73?
73? So he was around
4 years.
4 years. In those 4 years, you guys, and maybe I'm wrong, you guys will come after me. Go ahead in the comments. But I did not see Elvis talking bad about Priscilla throughout those years.
No, I didn't either.
I did not. And that should have been the time when he should have talked about, oh, she better not take my money when I die. That's when you should hear all that crap during that time. And some people are going to argue and say, well, he didn't have enough time. He was, influenced by the colonel or whoever, his friends, whatever. But I mean, that's the time when you would hear Elvis. Even during interviews, you did not hear him talk bad about Priscilla. And you look at him in concert events, he's like, there's my, Priscilla. And he talks about her, like, in front of his audience. Mm-hmm. Did we hear the audience boo Priscilla at that time? I didn't hear them booing her. No. So couldn't that have been the right time to be booing somebody? I don't know. I wouldn't want Priscilla there.
But years later,
but then
all these fans.
Soon as Elvis died, Priscilla was the blame.
Right.
Why?
They're treating her like Yoko Ono. Damn.
She's not. I'm sorry, you guys. I'm not saying that she doesn't have responsibility to Elvis. I'm just sorry. I know. I gotta say this. I think she had a part in it, but I don't think she's the whole part as to why Elvis.
Why
he went down. He died. He was depressed. He was. I just don't feel like she's part of that problem. What happened to the doctor? Why is nobody arguing about the doctor?
Everybody, you know what?
Nobody bashes the doctor.
These Priscilla haters.
Talk about the doctors that
those are the same people that go to events and get, buy stuff signed by Dr. Nicopolis,
I bet you any money if it's between talking about bad about Priscilla and the doctor, they pick Priscilla.
Yeah, they say she's the worst person.
I hate to say this, ladies, but some of you guys are it's probably just jealous. I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
You're either jealous of her because she's still going around, and then they talk bad about her physical appearance.
They like to talk about her appearance. I mean,
who has... come on now. Who does... There's a lot of stars out there that I'm not going to name that had surgeries that do not look well.
Right.
And people do not talk bad about them.
Well, I've seen Priscilla up close.
Yeah, you did.
And
you know that.
I didn't see anything wrong. So.
Of course.
Oh, I
And
got
I tell you,
nothing.
ladies, the ladies that complain about this woman's facial, you know, how she looks and this and that, I bet you darn well the man's not going to, the man will probably go with her. I always tell Adam, if it's between me and Priscilla one of these days, I feel like he'll probably take over Priscilla, regardless of. So, hey, I don't have no plastic surgery, and I bet you anybody, he will second guess.
You
Take
think
off.
I would,
You probably
I would
would.
do that?
It's just like if.
I tell her, I would never do that to Elvis. Come on. I mean, I'll go hang out with Priscilla. We
That's
can
what
go.
I'm saying. He won't do that to me.
You know.
No, he said he won't do that to Elvis.
Well, asking you. Asking you. Wouldn't do that to you guys. To you and Elvis. Jeez.
No,
But we
but
can all go out to dinner and hang out, you know.
as
no
long
big
as I
deal.
go and talk to John, it'll be. That's all that matters, right?
No big deal.
No, just kidding. Just kidding. All right, you guys. But in all seriousness, we are here for Elvis, and our channel is just. We like to give our comments as
We
well.
support
Support everybody's
Elvis.
opinion,
always Elvis.
honestly.
But, you know, we don't hate on Priscilla.
No,
We
and we
don't,
don't hate on the people that hate on Priscilla.
We don't try to make our channel like, you know, full of Priscilla stuff. But
No,
she's part of Elvis's life, so
it's always
every
gonna be
once in a
like
while
that.
you're going to see Priscilla on the channel.
Of course,
You're
yeah,
going to see Riley on the channel.
yeah.
Um,
So
just-
again, all lightheartedness, we, like I said, we respect everybody's opinion and we appreciate it. I mean, that's just part of the Elvis world, I guess.
yeah. But
So-
we read all the comments.
We do.
We try to reply to most of them.
We try. It's so hard, you guys, to keep up with
But
everybody.
man,
but
there's a lot of Priscilla hate in our comments.
yeah,
And you know what? Most of the time we don't even bring it up, but people bring it up.
and it's like, what do you do with those?
We
comments?
got people arguing back and forth about Priscilla in the comments.
Yeah, which again, you guys, we
Yeah.
respect your comments. Like I said, I'm not all for Priscilla, but I'm not against her either. I'm just not that type of person. But
She's only been nice to me.
so
You know, last time I met Priscilla, I went up to her and I said, Priscilla, I said, it's nice to meet you. I said, though I have met you before. And she said, oh, I know. So she must have remembered, you know. People remember, you know, when you meet someone like that's dedicated. So.
anyway, like you guys.
Another thing, real quick, she
Mhm.
said, oh, have you been to Graceland? I said, yeah, I've been to Graceland about 50 times. And she said, 15 times? I said, no, 50. So that was exciting.
You know, Adam, he always wants to get his his experience in, but yeah, we appreciate it.
Yeah.
But again, you guys, thank you so much. Again, we appreciate your time, of course, your comments, your subscribing, and sharing and liking our videos. Again,
Yeah, we really appreciate it.
do appreciate everyone.
Let me, real quick, before we end this video, did any of you guys notice this real quick? This is awesome right here. This is an original piece of Elvis memorabilia from 1956. I threw this behind us because I'm like, we gotta let people see this thing.
It's awesome.
It has nothing to do with the video, but this house is full of Elvis memorabilia. There you go, 1956. So, check that out.
Lots of stuff.
You never know what you're going to see in these videos of
No.
ours, right?
No.
Or where we're going to do we always try to like change the location of our video,
We tried
In
to
the
change
house,
it up, you guys. We
have
did.
something different in the background.
Yeah.
So today we're in, this room is actually called the Jerry Lee room
Yes.
because on the other side of the camera over there,
Yeah.
there's a whole bunch of Jerry Lee Lewis memorabilia.
Which
But,
we'll be doing a video
we'll
hopefully
do a video
soon
on
on
that.
the killer.
on the kid, I love the
I think he
killer.
likes to say the killer. On my phone.
Okay, that was just a
That
phone
was
that
just
fell.
my phone, you guys.
It
my phone.
wasn't Elvis memorabilia.
That's why you had to look.
I almost had a heart attack. But anyways,
So, yeah, did you see him? He would probably knock me off the chair.
I almost knocked her off the chair because I thought this thing. Oh my god! I thought this thing fell. Are you kidding me? Woo! I almost had a heart attack. All right.
You know
This
what,
thing,
you guys?
after this video's
we-
over, that thing's going right back in the display
Of course,
case.
everything goes back. It's like you got to put on white gloves to touch anything in this,
Yeah.
museum here.
Don't forget to check out other videos on the
Yes.
house, on the tour.
Oh,
with
yes.
all the Elvis
Please
memorabilia.
feel free to check out. We've done a lot of playlists there
Yeah.
that you guys can actually go on and check out our videos. So
Yeah.
again, you guys, thank you so much. Again, with respect to everybody's comments and respect to the people that do not like Priscilla.
Hey, the Priscilla haters out there, we watch your videos
We watch
too.
your
Hey,
videos too, and
so-
we respect. Like I said, we respect everybody's it's your opinion, right? So again, we all have our opinions, and you have yours. So
you know what they
again,
say? Opinions are like, well, whatever. Everybody's got them.
we all
So.
have opinions. Guys. Again,
All right. Thank
lots
you
of love,
so much for
respect,
watching.
Peace. Yes.
Well, we hope you like, subscribe,
Subscribe,
share,
share.
notification
Yes.
bell.
Yes.
How many more things do we have to say?
And say hi. Hopefully, you guys can say hi to us in the comments. We'd like to hear from you guys.
Yeah,
too.
we love to hear from you guys.
So thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Take care.